Derivatives trading involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, hi guys. Well, the E-mini is doing weird things this morning. We're going to show you all this. Something has happened and they're unhappy. Meanwhile, treasuries are heading higher. Actually, so yesterday was a weird day. We had a little bit of fight. It was very, very range bound during the session. We pushed upwards and couldn't get very far at all. And we pushed down and couldn't get very far at all. And then we had a kind of a what is it? Counter trend move here. And then after that petered out, then we really went lower, well below the Friday news. But now today we're pushing back up into that area again. And I'm wondering, let's pull this over here. What's going on? Something's going on. So let's make sure we understand what's going on so that we don't make any bad trades. Treasury yields stumble ahead of fresh economic data. Howard Schultz says there are a lot of things I can do as a public citizen. Let's see what who are we talking about? President of Starbucks. Okay, nobody cares. Something's going on. Yep, I agree with him on that one. We'll get into that later. Donald Trump saying separating families at the border is the fault of bad legislation passed by the Democrats. Border security laws should be changed, but the Dems can't get their act together, start the wall. I agree. The Democrats' fault. It started under Obama. They're just trying to blame it on him. Okay, so I don't see any like news. Tesco. Wouldn't mind seeing NAFTA, where you'd go by a different name, a separate deal with Canada and a separate deal with Mexico. Okay. Interesting. That must be it. How do I? There we go. Okay, so let's grab the links now that we know what's going on. There's that. There's that. Okay. Are they saying anything about it on social media? In the past hour. Mm, yeah, I don't seem to know what's going on. Okay, well, we're gonna have to stay vigilant here. Hey, where's my Kleenex? Seems I'm allergic to something. Oh, well, kind of seems like a low volume move to me. And keep the E-mini over here. Make sure that the delta is on. Go. Market Steve asking about gold. I really don't see any reason to own gold right now. I think that last financial crisis, there was a lot of people talking about gold and how wonderful it is that the economy is going to break apart and gold is the place to be. And then they lost a lot of money, and I think people are going to be hesitant to jump on that bandwagon again. I think it's funny that everybody always is looking for like the you know, alternative to treasuries for a safe haven. Okay. It's always treasuries, guys. Okay, we've got to buy that. Come on. They're waiting for bid here in ZF. That 3,000 is not dropping, guys. 39 now. Yeah. You're in ZF. Iceberg, they gotta bust through. Okay, they held the bid here. Couple more going through. Do not trade gold or oil unless you're a true gambler. Well, you know what? I think that you can have a really good edge in oil, but I think that the level that you have to perform to do well consistently in oil is very high. So I've seen guys that make money consistently in oil, and they're good. They're really good. Okay, well, there was 5K on the bid there at one point, and they've backed off a little bit. So I'm gonna have to scratch this. Maybe not stretch, maybe just straight up bail. If they tick back up, I think they could go through, so I cancel that. Okay, they ticked up, but they didn't put the big bid up again yet. ZB is kind of the wild card at the moment. It's not. Okay. Okay, well, so let's see if can get a range here. Oh, I screwed this up. This goes down here, and this goes up here. Blah, blah, blah. Look, that bid at 24 is still showing up. I could have gotten 24 here, would have been better. Maybe I should just hold off a little bit. See, they're putting pressure on it, but it's not trading through because ZB is not there. So if we see them start to hit this, then we can take it as she goes. Otherwise, I'd like to see it come back to 24 and maybe take it from there. Okay. They were really pushing hard there, weren't they? I mean, they're still putting some serious pressure on here, and I'm really surprised that buyers aren't just flooding to the gates right now. because I haven't seen pressure like that in a long time. And I don't think it's just a spoof. I mean, that's been sitting there for way too long. And they backed off and then came back and put it on again. Okay. Okay. Curious. Well, now somebody's selling it. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna do it like that, huh? Yep. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so that may have just been a failed level break. I'm gonna let them get another wave because it still seems like ZB is holding back. Okay, good deal. Yep, and then they didn't get any more out of it. But he's absorbing at 24.5 again. So that's good. So that's after she goes. I don't know. I'm gonna move this up to 23.5. I mean, if that was a level break, they're not gonna let it get below that. Confidence sellers at L1, yeah. Sorry, I hope that comment. Steep in ink. The knob is steepening. It hasn't really moved quite yet, but you can definitely see it in the order flow. Look at the cumulative delta, all this buying in ZN and selling in ZB. Somebody is taking a steepener, and ZB cannot get over the 25. Cannot get over the 25. Okay. I think on that one, saw the pressure, so I bought in. I don't think it was a spoof. They did break a new high, of course. And then took it again, but I think in both of those instances, I probably could have gotten long at 24 instead. So if I had gotten long in the right spot, I think that would have saved me on those two trades. But now we've come back quite a bit. Sellers not really showing a lot of follow through here. I don't know how to spell, guys. I'm sorry. $23. Okay, there they took that one. Stacking. Pulling. Oh, hi, what you doing? This is my mom.
Sprinklers. I'm gonna go do sprinklers. Where are they? In the garage?
No, I think there's some sitting on the counter there.
And I'm too cool to not do
Okay.
so.
That was my mom. I don't know if you saw her, but we've been working on sprinklers, and she's saying that she wanted to do something early in the morning when it was cool, so I feel bad that I'm not out helping, but we got our schedule, so. Okay, so they're hitting that 22 half. Yeah, okay. And they put an offer up. Buyers aren't really standing out of the way. Okay. Oops. Oh, that was a misclick, guys. I want that. I want that iceberg there. Yeah, there are some good trades if you get here a little earlier. You can get a slightly better position on some of these moves, but main action is definitely during the start here. Okay. Okay, well, we're just gonna say we got that. But yeah, that's a good point. If you're up that early, you might as well trade Bund. Did it touch 21? I don't actually see any prints on my DOM at 21. I think I can probably move my stop up to there. Oh, okay. He does trade the Bund. There you go, Al. Yeah, I think Alligator wants some friends to trade the the bonds with, or sorry, to bund the bund. We used to have a couple that would come really early, but I think Ali is really the only one that really stuck around from Europe. Okay, well, they're still buying it, but they're just kind of trickling in. There was a hit. And sellers are not getting out of the way either. In fact, that's actually quite a bit too much. Okay, but a good bid. And sellers hit it. Buyers take it. Okay. Able to flip the level 2, but they're not getting the sellers to jump out. The knob spread flattened on that push down. Okay. Iceberging there at 22.5, not the strongest bid. Whoa, some very strong buying just right there in the bonds. Yep, looks like bouncing. This bid at 21 needs to stay strong. They just traded 826 there at 21, and you don't want them to have to be ticking back and forth there. That could end this party real quick. There we go. And now this offer is weak. So really good chance that we tick up again, I think. Okay, good uptick, only 800 actually traded. Would like to see more than 13, but that's okay. Uptick in ZB though is the most important. In fact, they're already pulling at 23. Okay. So bid is okay. They're getting it to flip a little bit, but then they're not. It's going between 19 and 15. This offer is just enough to stay ahead of them. And ZF has not ticked up. Okay, well that offer is looking really strong now. Especially since the ZF has not ticked up. I'm not even showing the pressure like you would think that there would be like at least 1500 on here. There you go. Okay. It's a little better. ZB is about to tick up, hitting an iceberg. Okay. So that ticked up. I don't think this is going to tick up. This should tick up. There you go. Oh wow, okay, and pulling at 24. ZB. Okay. So this might be our stop. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, that's not a strong bid that's being put up there. Okay, it's a little better. Well, let's at least move this. Okay. See, now you got a situation where ZB, or sorry, the 10-year seems to be the one that's overly anxious to go up because these two need to tick up to get up to it. Now, when they took 23.5, that's not good. There you go. Well, this would be a good place to reset. Okay. So I think I have to take that. Might already be too late. So that 25 in ZB is the big thing holding us back. Okay. See, you're getting pressure here in ZN. But once again, ZB is having a hard time even holding its bid. They can't seem to tick up, even though there's only like 80 on there. 10 years ready to go. And the other two are just kind of... Okay. Whoa. Okay, so did you see that the bid there at 22 built up to like 300 and then they hit it? If they tick up again, then we could really get some movement. I'm thinking about moving this to where the big order is at least. Okay. So here, this 25 is not just gonna give up without a fight, I don't think. Some pulling here. Okay, so they did tick up through it. 360 traded. They're stacking on the bid. Nobody's hit 26 yet. Okay, they hit 26. There's an iceberg there, but they're clearing it. Well, wow. Okay, some absorption there at 22 half. 25 half rather. So they're setting up a level break. They're setting up a big level break. I can't predict if it's gonna go. I don't know how high a probability of a setup this is. It looks good to me though. Okay, so ZB went and took out the high. ZB went, ZF is not, ZF is getting iceberging here. There's a lot of volume going through 25 half. Thanks. Oh yeah, we gotta hold this. I feel, well, I'm conflicted here, to be honest, because, well, let's not. I will tell you afterwards why I feel a little conflicted about this trade, even though it's really working really well. I'm gonna hold it until I see the pressure come off. But I'm not entirely convinced that it was like an amazing trade. Okay. I can see why a lot of people are selling at 25 half, because the 5-year and the 30-year still aren't, you know, going, and, you know, we're not getting quite the pressure that we need to bust that high. I think they will do it though. Okay. Buyers are willing to absorb a lot here. Okay, that pull there I think is making me want to click out possibly. Okay. It's critical that they hold this 20, 25, 26 area in CB. If they don't, we could just go right back down. Oh, man. So that was a strong level break setup, and they did not hit it. Tucker thinks that he can buy 24.5. Well, maybe I shouldn't have my stop there, guys. Well, we're in a zipper now. I don't know. So I saw that trend up was really good. There's definitely a buyer here in the market that wants it, but that looks like profit taking there. I really think that our next and ZB is not necessarily holding that 25 yet, are they? So I feel like there's a good chance that we could still tick up. These are all weak. No, that one's not necessarily weak anymore. Doable though. Okay. And we're getting the level 2 games now. Well, I'm assuming Tucker got filled there now, right? I think that you could have gotten filled at 24.5 is a signal to us that we missed the best exit was probably here at 25.5, where we should have taken it off at. So I'm not quite sure why did I not see it as I could take 25 or 25.5. Yeah, level 2 games. Okay. So that with my stop, taking the profit there at the stop, did it give me the 4? No, it did not. Okay. How do we have to do that? I think that we need to change our strategy here. I think that we need to get it to be more like strategy manager here. This one, 4. I think that I need the stop volume to be more like 12. Let's try that. Because I really think that I could have gotten filled at the +4, you know? Oh, and can I do it as like a, so another question is, can I do it as like a stop limit? Type stop limit. Ah. What is the offset? What does that mean? Strategy manager. Number of ticks offset. So what, shouldn't it be 0 for us? I think. Okay. It sucks. Because if I had gotten out at 25 half, that would have been 5, 6, 6 or 7. Do I look at the yield? Typically no. I really want to set up like a an indicator in NinjaTrader that would show me like the curve, but I need like the actual instruments, and apparently I don't get them all. So Tucker, did you get filled and hold that, or did you cancel it? We might actually get another long here. 22 is not jumping out of the way. But they're absorbing on the offers, so be a little careful there. Okay. Hmm. Oh. Okay, well I clicked it, but I was clicking it because I saw the absorption, and I don't like that they ticked through us as I clicked in. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted. Okay. Well, that's a lot more volume than I would like to see going through there. Now we get to try our range bound stuff, huh? Okay, I'm really glad that I took that profit. At least at the moment I am. I don't want to be holding through all that noise. They can't hold it either. They can't really get anybody to buy 22.5. Look at that. Big pull. Only 7. I think I'm gonna get filled here. $15. This is crazy. It's not crazy. We're in a zipper, and there's not much. There's going to be a lot of people that, because of the location that we're in now, are going to not want to take a trade. Don't know. Yield is adjusted based on time erosion and price changes, and to some extent reacts to large offsetting option contracts, but the moves are so small you'd be hard-pressed to glean any meaningful information from the moves with your naked eye or your mouse finger, in my opinion. Yeah. I'd like to get high. Is there? I bet you there's probably a weird smiley in there for that. Yeah, prices, yes. Like I already got 22 half to 23, and I'm unsure if I'm gonna get it again. I haven't done this sort of a thing enough to really know what my, when I'm pushing it too much. Okay. Well, we're getting all the games. Yeah. Hmm. Tucker has a good point about the profile step. I only took it here because I saw the balance in the level 2 showing this as a node. I think that there's a good chance that we're going to tick up again and I could still get filled. Or I could just break even here if this doesn't stack Problem is I'm still at the back of the queue. So this is a good experiment. It really is. Support hit, but it really looks like a classic reversal. R1 double top back to value area with anti-correlation with the E-mini. You know, ZB ticked up, ZF has not. Yeah. Yeah, it's just them talking, so it's not like a huge deal. But it moved the market. And even then, it didn't really move the Treasury market, I don't think. I think it was the E-mini was the one that really moved. Okay. Cool. So I didn't get my fill, but my exit worked out the way that I thought it would, so. Now we just kind of sit tight unless I see another range here. The yield will give a clue as to the direction of ZB. I don't know. I mean, you can't really watch it that well, but it would seem to me that the yield would move after. So do you think that they're going to make this play for the step in the profile here? Hmm. Yeah, so the thing that confuses me about using the yield is that they're almost always going to tick together, just like the treasuries do. They tend to tick together, and if they don't tick together, there's something might be up, and you might want to rethink your trade. In fact, when we were up at the high, that probably should have been one of the indications for us, was that they stopped ticking together. Should have gotten out of that trade a lot earlier than I did. Oh, so let's go back. So I was saying I'm not so sure that that was like an amazing trade. So here's why. So first of all, oh, right, was that? Oh, okay. So I took it at 22. So I took it right here. So I actually got an okay position, but I wanted 21.5. So that was the first thing, is I saw the optimal entry and I was just a split second too late. But the real reason that I'm a little concerned about it was because here I when they were up at this high, I saw the pressure and I said, oh, somebody definitely wants to buy it, so let's try it. That one didn't work out. Okay. So then it came back down. Wait, was this 25? So it was right here. And then I tried 24.5. And then I caught this. So I actually kind of got in right as the sellers were overwhelming the buyers. And then what happened? Well, it came down here and I saw that this was a stopping point, and so I took it again. Now, what if the buyers didn't step in there? That would have been 3 in a row. So I almost feel like I took that trade because I was stubborn. Like, I was like, they've tried to buy it up there. There's somebody wants to buy it, and if they get, a good entry price, they'll try taking it again. And so I say maybe it's not quite such a good trade, because that kind of feeling in the long run will probably work against me, right? Well, I think that means that the buyers got their fill and are done, and they took it to 21. So that was a pretty good read, that we could have taken 22.5 to 21. Punting. Anyways, on the yield thing, I really think it's more like if there's a level that matters. So I'm not convinced that the one moves before the other. Well, are sellers really going to push here? Where could they push to? They could try to make it at least to 18. I don't know. I don't feel like I've got a good probability here, so probably should stay. Oh. $140. Whew. Okay, well, I see where you're getting 140 from. But that's like low of the day. That one I'm a little skeptical of too, because not all of this move up was based on the news. Hmm. Here's the E-mini. E-mini's having a lot of volatility here. Oh, I guess that's what I was trying to say, is that and the fact that the ZB would have to move, say, 4 or 5 tickets minimum to get 1 basis point reaction. It's really more of a confirmation indicator. Is that really? Really? I'm gonna have to watch that because we can calculate it, right? Like, let me back up. If we know that there's going to be 4 interest rate hikes this year, then we can calculate what the interest rate should be at the expiration of this contract, and you know, basically know the limits of how far we can actually move. But I've never bothered trying to do that kind of a calculation because I couldn't figure out what the correlation was. You know, it was too difficult to try and calculate what the actual price would have to be. Yeah. It's close to 4, but there have been days where I saw 6 to 7 for brief periods, probably due to lag at the CVOE. Oh. And that's 4 ticks in ZB. So we're saying that 8 ticks in ZN is maybe a basis point move. Yes, but as I said, I don't watch anymore, so I don't have any idea what it's doing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, so some indications that there may be buying lurking in here. I canceled my IQ feed data subscription when it got over 150. Ugh. Yeah, if you're going to spend $150 a month on data, you might as well get that ICE so you can look at the dollar index. So I know you'd love to see that. That one's like $120 a month or something. Ooh, Mexico slaps tariffs on U.S. steel and agricultural products. Okay. Sellers may be a little more willing to take it now. Yeah. That. Hmm. Pork and potatoes and steel. That's what Mexico is putting tariffs on. Oh well. couldn't charge money for that. No way. Bum. Oop, I need to make that like a real link. No yield is a 1/100th of 1%. Yeah. Basis point is 1/100th of a percent. Okay, so now we're at a position where I think I could take a short. I'm still not getting like a conclusive read though. Okay. Pulling at 21.5, huh? If we're able to hold a bid at 22, I think we have to consider the possibility of going long again. I've paid $150 a month for traders audio in years. $200 for amplify trading and for day trader. Yeah. So something that I find kind of funny is that in futures, you'll see people spend money on all sorts of empty promises, you know. You could just sell it and see what happens. Sim after all. But anyways, you know, like there's some trading rooms that people spend like $500 a month to be in. Like we've had guys that come in that run trading rooms, come in here trying to promote their rooms that are total scams. You know, like $500 a month, and these guys are awful traders. You know, we had the one guy. Who was it? It wasn't Vinny. It was somebody else. They were running a webinar room, and they you know, we were kind of having a back and forth in here, and I think we kicked them, And then there was a couple of people in the room that were like, oh, well, I'll just, I'll try out your room for free, sort of a thing. And he had gone against a trend day. And so he was down like 16 ticks and was like, oh, yeah, no, it's totally fine. We're just going to stay in this is going to come back. And he like left the screen. He like left the room, and then it kept going. And it was like awful, 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 awful. So people spend a lot of money for like total nonsense, right? And then over here, I have something in the cryptocurrency world that I think carries some significant edge. It's helped me. It's predicted now like 4 pivots, and it's helped me pick tops and bottoms in the market, right? And I've made money from it, and it's only $5 a month, but we have like 30 people. So not even 30 people. It's like 25 people to subscribe to the Patreon. So it's like here you have people spending $500 on nonsense, and then here we have something that has a proven historical edge and is only $5 and only 20 people. But that's okay. From my perspective, the only way I want to make money from trading is if I trade well. If I was making money from running a trading room or giving people advice or things like that, I wouldn't feel right about myself. Speaking of which, we should take this time to post the charts, because I just can't get myself to take a trade here. Oh yeah, so somebody asked a question and I need to answer it. Where was it? It's not there anymore. Somebody had a comment about like, are there videos to explain the indicator, but he must have removed his comment because he found it. Okay, so here's some polling. Let's see what we get. Okay, 6698 versus 6350. Better than expected. So I'm going to prefer a short because of that. ISM 58.6 versus 56.8. Oh, sorry, versus 57.6. So that one's good too. All of the numbers are good. I'm preferring a short, but I don't see the flow to support it yet. Ooh. Really? Well, that was really odd. They're starting to iceberg in here, and then somebody bought it in, but they weren't actually able to hold it either. But 3,000 contracts all at once like that's crazy. How much was that? 2,500 lot bought there. Okay, so there's some iceberging there. Okay. Dang it. Should have used the stop limit order on that. Or I should have just clicked in there. I think that getting filled here was kind of a dream. I'm not gonna leave it there because it's at such a good position, but the chances of getting filled there I think are pretty poor. Okay, well, sellers are not just, sorry, buyers are not just stepping out of the way. Woulda, coulda, shoulda held it. Did you... Oh, IQ got out before the news. Nah. Okay. So I don't like this. Oof. Okay, so there was a big hit right there in the 5. Vortex to go to fill gaps, and this is an, I think he's talking about ZB, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's an uptick, was no good. Okay. Was that one was +3 at one point, wasn't it? No, it was only +2. Alright, that's okay. Hmm. Where did I get out at? Oh, I got out here. Okay. I'm gonna type here real quick. Just can't imagine why you would spend that much on a trading room. Certainly wouldn't recommend it, but people do it. I'm tempted to try and sell it here. No. Hmm. I really like rooms that are run where it's not just the room, like the stage 5 trading, they have their own room. Jigsaw has their own room. Those are, I think, okay rooms. But for me, the room is more like to talk to people, not to try and teach people my edge, because I feel like even if I had an edge that was consistent enough for me to feel comfortable people trying to follow it, I would also guess that other people probably would not be able to take advantage of it the same way I can, because of a lot of the edge has to do with just my own tendencies and the way that I think and stuff. Okay. So we might have a short here at 20. But we are coming up on the counter trend period as well. Hmm. Okay, I guess we can. We could get filled. I don't know if I think we missed our opportunity to get filled. ZF is doing some funky stuff right now. Or it could be a lure. It could be one of those. Well, okay, so it fought again, so I'm okay with how I'm getting filled here. See him sell it. Yeah. Okay, well, they gotta sell through that. I don't know which way. Well, I'm definitely preferring short. I mean, I think your risk reward is definitely better short. Okay, so they did trade through it. Now they're trickling in the 10-year. They trade down, yes, sir. Oh my. Should I pull my order? I think I should keep it in. Yeah, no, see, there's some backflow coming back into 19, so. The 5-year didn't make a new, they didn't take lower quite yet. No. Tucker took it short and already took his profit, huh? Yeah. There was a couple of good trades here today, wasn't there? Unfortunately, got that first one wrong. Are you working in the industry, or have you done it, or it's just an interest? It's kind of more just an interest. I did work in the industry, but not as a trader. I worked in the industry technology. Okay. I think if we're just trying to be a little more cautious here, that we should take the +2. Could still go through, but yeah, John has an interesting chart, doesn't he? Well, the thing that's fun about his chart is that it gives you all those levels. And it's not like they even show you necessarily things that you can't see on your own. Like you can see that they kind of show the pivots and stuff. But when they're drawn on the chart, it just seems so useful to me. But I've never tried doing it myself because it's a little messy. Okay, so there's +2. So that takes us positive on the day, doesn't it? Yeah. Then you must be qualified to operate a trader room, right? I can't tell how serious he is. I don't think it's worth. I have thought because the thing is I would like to find some ways to make more money so that I can get myself back to live faster. But I'm not gonna do it by selling something that I can't recommend to anybody to pay for a trading room. I just can't. And so for me to run my own trading room would be like super immoral, in my opinion. Because I've continually told people like, don't pay for trading rooms. It's not worth it. There's some people out there that are actually pretty good and have good rooms, but I still don't recommend you do a trading room. Just get CNBC alert on NQ cranking higher. Check that out. Oh. Well, the E-mini. Oh, where is it? Here it is. I don't know. The data was all good. The data was all good.
Block sell.
Well, I think that it's a little too late for us to be taking that one. The positioning of that block sell could really continue. Yeah, so if they're giving us an opportunity to sell it, well, it's fighting back and forth. So I think that they're going to try and wash this guy out. Yeah, no sign of a counter trend period move yet. Well, we could get one. See that tick up. But a weak bid. So they are definitely trying to push this guy out. I'm glad that I didn't just click in after him. There are some situations where when you see that block sell, you should just run with it, but I don't think today was one of them. There's your counter trend move. That was quite the move up, wasn't it? Yeah, it did. So the question would be, what price would it did it tell you buy 19? If it told you to buy 19, then I am super effing impressed. $19.5. Okay. So it's okay. Yeah, I wanted to sell it. I still kind of want to sell it, but because they didn't touch 18. And I think that they're going to be pretty adamant about hitting their target, but that move in the 5-year is something else is going on, and so I can't mess with that. So I think that I'm just going to take +1. It's really +0. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's about +0 after commissions today. He was bearish all day because of the market profile. So when you say market profile, Tucker, do you kind of mean that, like, we moved up here, we came up here, and there wasn't, they didn't trade that much. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I thought that the 50 at 24.5 was really good, but they never beat the overnight point of control at a 119, Or maybe it's the weekly profile that you're talking about. Okay. So you're, Tucker, you're saying kind of more that on a weekly basis we were too far on the bottom of the range, essentially. That there's a step in the profile after about, well, if you look at this one right here, once you get below 19.5, really, and then once you get above this right here, that one's not quite really above here. It's like too much. I think that's smart because after the buying subsided and it came back down, you would have to say we're still somewhat range bound, and so that profile would still matter a lot. But it also stopped at 19.5, so not 19.5, 18.5 or so. It actually says that some traded at 18, but I didn't get a fill. So boo. Did I take +2 on that one? Yeah. So that's okay. The thing that's frustrating about this is this one should have been 3 more. Right? I think this one could have been a more, like, I'm still missing ticks here and there that would have made a big difference. And then, of course, these two trades, I don't think I should have, maybe I shouldn't have taken that first one. I don't know. I mean, it sure looked like, whew, like they were going to do it. But this is me being, that's definitely me being stubborn, right? That's like, I want to buy it, 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 I want to buy it. Okay, maybe not. So to have taken losses on two of those is not. You really have to look at that one as like the same trade. That's -5 on one trade. That's no good. Getting better though. What's Paul Krugman on about today? Ooh, Krug. Okay. Paul. So he has a relevant point here. And I really don't like Paul Krugman, but he has a good point here. I was going to tell the conference that the debate over how to make sense of wage stagnation is pretty non-ideological, but such things go, that's not really right because it's a debate taking place almost entirely among center-left economists. The thing is, there are quite a few conservative economists, certainly compared with other academic fields, but when it comes to inflation issues, that side of the profession basically blew itself up in 2009 to 2010. Almost every well-known figure on that side predicted the Obama administration and the Fed's attempts to fight mass unemployment would produce runaway inflation, and as far as anyone has been able to tell, none of them has admitted that they were wrong. He's right. There was so many people from the Australian side of economics that said that quantitative easing was going to be a disaster, and they were pretty much proven dead wrong. Never happened, and since then they've been missing, and the Keynesians pretty much won, and now you don't hear very much from them about it anymore, which is unfortunate because I don't think that, I think this whole wage inflation thing is a big deal. Like, why aren't we seeing very much wage inflation even though things appear to be going so well? It's a big wild card question that I think we need to answer. So when we moved up, then the E-mini moved up, and now the E-mini's moved down, and we haven't reacted, so it's not a correlation with the E-mini. Does not appear, at first glance at least, to be related to currencies. Nor with the bund. I don't know. So I do think that maybe we could just chalk it up to the counter trend move. But if that's the case, why did ZF move so much? Oh, she was. I didn't know that. Okay, well, I think we've already talked about these, but I'm just going to talk about it again because I like to have this at the back of the video so that when I'm watching several months from now, I can know. So, like I said, these first 3 trades was really me being stubborn, and I probably shouldn't have taken 2 trades here on this attempt. I think I should have skipped the first one, tried to take 24, and then maybe scratched it. And then this buy at 220 was really great, but it should have been +6 or 7 instead of +3. I let that come back on me way too much, and I don't really know what I was doing or thinking, but that came back on me way too much. This one 22.5. When did I take that one? That's 7:15. Oh, okay. So that was the 1 ticker one. That one was really good. That one was a little bit more of an experiment, and I probably should have scratched it, but I was able to confirm that I could get out of -1. So, and I was kind of saying, oh, well, I got it once, would I be able to get it again? And I guess the answer is no. So we're gonna have to watch that in the future. And then this 19.5 at 802. 802. Okay, so at 802, it was really range bound up in there. So I think that taking, wow, I actually caught that twice. Because then I took it again at 20 and got 2 ticks on it. And then I got out, and then it came back up on us. So some really good reads in here on really small moves. I think I'm doing a lot better at seeing when the pressure is ending and getting out. But the problem that I'm having now is that I really would like these to be a lot bigger than 1 or 2 ticks, especially if I'm going to be taking -3 or -5 even on some in the past. So I've like really narrowed in my risk if I'm going to take that many trades in a day, because that's too many trades in a day. I need to get better winners. So if I'm +6, I really can't let that come back on me 2 ticks or 3 ticks or whatever it was. 4 came back on me 4. So I should have gotten out at the 2. So when I lost 2 ticks, so when I was at 6, and that would have made a big difference on today. All right. So that's all for today. Pretty good trading. I think this would be a great video to look back on. I posted the Bitcoin video. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.